Is AI killing Google? This from Search Engine Land. Cloudflare CEO, AI is killing the business model of the web. Subtitle, Google's value exchange with content creators has collapsed and the web's business model is cracking, according to Matthew Prince. In addition to creators, there's also users, which I happen to be a user. I guess I'm a creator as well. I don't refer to myself as that, but I have been, at least I've found for myself, I've been using AI a lot more than I've been using the search engines. How about you? If you are an AI user, have you been using AI more so than the search engine? Maybe you use Brave or DuckDuckGo or something like that. I also use the alternative options as well. Anyway, this is from Danny Goodwin. Let's start here. Artificial intelligence, AI, is upending the economic engine of the web, and Google is at the center of the disruption, according to Cloudflare CEO Matthew Prince. But did we ever think that Google was going to last indefinitely as a business model? I personally believe Google is the premier business model. It's simple, it's easy to use, you get it right away, and the design is just mint, flawless. I don't know if you agree with that. Perhaps you believe Google is an evil corporation, and that's fine. You are welcome here. I am just talking about the business model itself compared to all other business models. How long, for example, how long did it take you to get it? How long did it take you to learn how to use Google, the Google search engine? Probably not long. Probably used it once and you figured it out right away. And that's what I'm talking about. It's easy to use. It sucks you in. So in that sense, it's a really good business. It's, in my opinion, it is the business. Besides, let's say Amazon. Amazon's a great business as well. Let's continue here. What Prince said in a recent interview with the Council on Foreign Relations, Prince said, AI is going to fundamentally change the business model of the web. The business model of the web for the last 15 years has been search. Search drives everything that happens online. Yes, it does. When I use Google, I use Maps. That's generally what I use Google for. Maps and finding restaurants. Where do I want to go to eat? Those are the two primary reasons why I use Google. I have found that I have started using AI for informational data type stuff. Now, of course, AI is going to be wrong sometimes, so you have to account for that. But I would argue that Google is wrong sometimes as well, so you have to account for that. You should always check your work, so to speak. Let's continue here. The Google tipping point. Google's value exchange with content creators has collapsed, Prince said. 10 years ago, for every 2 pages of a website that Google scraped, they would send you 1 visitor. That was the trade. Now it takes 6 pages scrapped to get 1 visitor. Well, that is the value proposition. But value propositions do change. Business models do change. Again, did we ever believe that Google was going to last indefinitely? If you look back at American history, American business history, you'll see that Standard Oil only lasted for 40, 50 years and then was broken up by the government because it was a monopoly, and then became, I believe, 72, is this number 77 different companies. And now 5 of the 6 top companies in the world are former Standard Oil. Think Exxon, Mobil, other fossil fuel giants, so to speak. So the business model for that company changed, because when John D. Rockefeller started that company, it was lamp oil. But now they sell gas gas and diesel for vehicles. And I'm sure they also their product is also used for other things in the market, because petroleum is in 99% of everything that we have and use. And so they are giants, and they have a business model. I'm sure their business model will change as energy's changed. If you want to know how valid an alternative energy is in the marketplace, just look at what the gas giants are doing. Look and see if they're investing capital into those alternative energies. If they're not, it's probably a good sign that the technology is not worthwhile to them. Because again, in the market, they want to make a profit. They want to drive revenues, decrease costs, and increase their profits as the profit motive. Let's continue here. Today, 75% of queries get answered without you leaving Google. That's right. You're not going to the website, you're staying on Google. And so Google's scraping all that information from your website, and that's given straight to the user, and the user doesn't have to go anywhere. This trend, long criticized by publishers and SEOs, is part of the broader concern. AI companies are using original content to generate answers that rarely never drive traffic back to creators. And there's a whole legality thing about scraping the internet using AI and all the data that they're collecting. Should they be using some of that data? Should they be paying for it? I don't know if they're paying for it. It's something I probably should look into, but that would be a worthwhile question. Do they have permission to use that data? I know there's some question about books and articles and stuff like that maybe they shouldn't be using in their data sets. Let's continue here. AI makes the problem worse. Large language models are accelerating the crisis, Prince said. AI companies scrape far more content per user interaction than Google ever has, even with less return to creators, correct? Let's say AI is a technology disruptor. It is the next iteration of our technological stack for our civilization. As I've said in previous episodes, there will be a lot of disruption, but again, the markets will expand, job opportunities will expand. It's just right now we're heading into a somewhat unstable environment, but we should expect that from new technologies as we figure it out. Let's continue here. What do you think it is for OpenAI? 250 to 1. What do you think it is for Anthropic? 6,000 to 1. More and more, the answers won't lead you to the original source. It will be some derivative of that source, correct? Yeah, so you have to be much more diligent, much more meticulous in how you go about accessing information for stuff you need, data. Let's continue here. This situation threatens the sustainability of the web as we know it, Prince said. If content creators can't derive value, then they're not going to create original content. Well, they're still going to create original content. They will adapt. They will adapt to market forces. As long as there's an open market, we will adapt. I adapt on this episode. My videos used to be an hour long. Now they're about 10 minutes. So I've adapted. I've adapted to feedback. I've adapted to market forces. And I will continue to do that. My show will continue to iterate as I progress. Let's continue here. I'm going to read this last part. AI equals money. Fire. Prince is not against AI. However, he said he is skeptical of the investment frenzy. I would guess that 99% of the money that people are spending on these projects today is just getting lit on fire, but 1% is going to be incredibly valuable. Yes, 90% of AI businesses or AI startups go out of business within the first year. I have a previous article on that if you are interested. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. I will post the article in the description below on YouTube and Rumble so you have access to it. Were there any questions you thought I should have asked? Were there any questions I missed? If so, please post them in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. In addition, please like, share, and subscribe because it does feed the AI algorithm and it does help the channel. I will see you in the next episode.